So I have this idea for like a pen desktop organizer thing. I don't really know what to call it. The best thing I can do is just show you. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I have 1/4 inch thick walnut veneered MDF plywood. So it's an MDF core, has walnut veneer on the front, and then like a maybe B grade, I think it's a birch on the back. I bought this in a big 4x8 sheet, and I've cut it up into 2 foot by 1 foot sheets. However, I'm gonna be creating this organizer using my Glowforge laser cutter, and the pieces in here need to be 20 inches by 12 inches. So right now it's 24 by 12. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just use a table saw to cut this down, cut 4 inches off and make it 20 inches wide. And now, of course, need to get this bad boy fired up. I have a little dust collection blast gate right here for my exhaust, because the Glowforge obviously is burning, so there has to be some sort of exhaust. So, all right, get this fired up and let's put the piece in here. So the workpiece, the material's already loaded up in the Glowforge behind me. I already have the design file that I have made in SVG vector format, which I will load into the Glowforge application on this computer and then carve out this first sheet. I'll repeat the process for 3 more sheets. You only need 3 sheets that are 12 by 20 inches to make this organizer. There's the design in the computer. I've already set my settings over here. We'll click print, wait on it to calculate, and then wait on this to prepare and calculate, and then when this button flashes blue, you push it and get started. The head's moving over here to get a focus and read the thickness of that material. 43 minutes to cut out this one, and this button is now flashing blue, so we'll get it started. Okay, all the pieces are now cut out. Again, it took 4 sheets that were each 12 by 20. They're a little charred because this is not Glowforge material, but you could sand this off if you wanted to. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna quickly show you kind of how this would go together. I'm gonna dry fit everything, and then I can go back in and glue it up. This will be the back piece of the organizer, and if we can get all these pieces kind of situated, this will be the right side piece. We got the bottom piece here. That should all fit in. And then we start building kind of the interior components. Okay, all the pieces have been cut. This was my first attempt, literally, and there's some things that need to be tweaked. It's hard to visualize things on the computer and then kind of see, you know, because you're just looking at a 2-dimensional screen of the designs, and so when I built this design, it was just kind of hard to visualize, but all of the joints are fitting together properly, so that's good. But again, there's just a few things that need to be tweaked. So for example, this face is made to go on like this, but on one side here in the middle, I have the tabs protruding out, and on those, it's a negative. You see how those are, see how down there there's a gap, so that means the middle here, instead of being a positive tab, or a male, if you would, sticking out, it needs to be forced kind of in, and then I need to add some on this. I forgot to add some on that. It's just a straight shot. And then that piece should fit on there. And then the rest of this, I might end up, I don't know for sure, I might end up adding a drawer that can slide in and out down at the bottom. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe just leave it open like for papers or something to go in there. But let me redesign this kind of front piece, tweak these 3 pieces on the front, get that cut out, and then see how this thing goes together. Right now it's just dry fitted, but we'll see how it goes together. Okay, after several iterations, several edits, several pieces that were messed up, the design was messed up, it's finally put together. You can now take this apart, put CA glue or however you want to permanently bond this together. This file will be available on my website. I'll put a link down in the description. This is 6 1/4 inches deep. It is, I believe, 12 1/4 inches about 12.5 inches long. Again, 6.25 inches deep and about 8.25 inches tall. This is designed kind of to put some papers or files down in here. You can stand up books in here or whatever you'd like. You can put pens in here. You can stand up rulers, scissors, whatever. This is, again, just a desk organizer, something kind of cool. I like the rounded design. If you have a machine that does not char as much as mine, then yours would certainly look much better than this does with the char. And even with this, you can go back through and scuff and sand this up. Maybe after you glue it together, you could apply a coat of clear coat on this. Again, it's just kind of holding together now, dry fitted, but you could glue this together to get it nice and solid and ready to go on your desk. So be sure to get the file with the link down in the description if you're interested in making this sort of thing. This is all designed with 0.2 inch thick material, so 1/4 inch plywood, but has a actual thickness of 0.2. That is very important. If the material you're using is not 0.2, this file will not work. So get 0.2 inch thick material if you're interested in doing this. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hit the like button down below, subscribe to my channel. Take care.